So once again, I want to welcome us to this session, and I want to invite our facilitator, Mr. Oluwafemi Ateniola, to take over and start the the lessons for today. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're all doing fine. Can anyone hear me, please? I don't know if there's a need to turn my camera on this time around. Is that necessary?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay.
No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
So I believe we are going to pick things up from where we started. I mean, where we stopped. I think that was last week. So I'm going to share my screen. Or do we have anyone who has tried cleaning their data who would like to share with us some of the steps they have taken? And I think that is going to help every other person settle down into this section. Do we have anyone who has attempted cleaning their data?
I've attempted.
Would you like to share your screen with us?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to put some things together here.
Which group is that? Ibikolua, which group are you? I mean, your group, not the class.
Group 10A.
Which group? Group what? 10A. Did you say 10A?
Yes, sir. 10A.
10A. Okay, noted. Noted. So I think I'm taking note of the groups, and I hope you all know that part of your mid semester is Luis. I hope you've told everybody that the 15 points out of this is their mid semester exam. So which is part of what you're doing right now. Good, thank you very much. So group 10A, I've noted your group. You're already earning small marks from there. Thank you.
I can see your screen. Would you like to tell us some of the steps you have taken to ensure that your data is in proper order?
All right, sir. For the ones that people were allowed to say whatever they wanted or drop their opinions. Okay. Some of the options that I had, some people were talking about storing the organic products better so they don't spoil. So I put them under affected by production method, then affected by storage. Someone mentioned that the organic products could also have preservatives. So I put it under could include preservatives. Some people were saying it depends on the kind of products. Some people also said, they said no and yes, those are the standard answers. Then some people were uncertain. But can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. Some people mentioned that for them not to spoil easily, proper preservation is required. So that's what I did for this question. Okay. For organic products are cheaper than synthetic products. I had different answers. So I had to filter by hand and filter manually to group everything under these headings. So I have some people saying that organic products, their answers to organic products are cheaper than synthetic products, where it depends on availability, depending on the origin, like the country of origin, where the product is coming from. Some said it depends on the quality of the product and the product itself. Some said it depends on the seller. We had a lot of people saying they are uncertain, no, most times, and maybe. So I just put them under these different headings for the second question.
Okay. Is that's a good one. Is there a way you can get these versions to me? Maybe via
Yes, sir.
email. Okay, please send to email oluwafemi@teniola@gmail.com. So it's just a combination of my name. Because I think it is going to be best to work with this particular version, so we can pick things from here. Instead of claiming, we just drive straight into the analysis. Because I'm trying to find the old version we have here.
All right.
Does that make sense? Do we have anyone with questions as regard things we did in the last class? Trying to find the last data set. This is from the drive. Why is this one having just one column? So if you can get it over to me in email, I'll pick it
So
up
can I
from
stop
there.
sharing so I can
Yes,
send it
yes,
to you?
please, yes,
All right.
please. So for those who haven't claimed theirs, we are going to walk through some of the data cleaning techniques, which he has done. I'm going to share this. Please just hold on, my screen will be open in Jiffy. So I believe this is what most of us have. If I'm correct. Yes. Please let me know if you can. What can you see on my screen now? I believe you should be able to see an Excel sheet. So like we did in our last section, we were able to transfer our data into a new sheet. So we're just going to bring everything here. And every time you want to readjust the alignment of your sheet, Control A at any of the cell, and then when you double click inside of it, everything automatically readjusts. So we are going to be answering some questions here while also claiming. How many columns does yours have, please? I'm trying to be sure I'm opening the right one. I think organic product have fine. Okay. I think I've seen. Please, if you are not in a noisy environment, you can unmute yourself. We'll try to make this section a conversational one. To delete this. So I'm trying to delete columns that are irrelevant. So this is done. Looks like this.
All right, so while you are on that, so group 10A already earned a point in this whole project. So other groups, it's up to you to either keep looking or make sure you engage properly. I'm taking note today.
So this is what, thank you, sir. So this is what we are going to be doing. We are going to create so we are going to call these our worksheet. So when you double click at the bottom of every sheet, you can rename it. So we're going to call these our worksheets. And then we are going to call these our insights sheets, meaning this is where we are going to be putting down all our insights. So double clicking at the bottom here, we're going to do that. So we're going to go to export sheets. So all of our insights are going to be coming here. And then at this point here, we are going to open an extra sheet. Please, if you are lost or you do not understand anything I'm doing, just call my attention back. We are going to open an extra sheet, which we are going to call the visualization sheet. So this is where we are going to have our dashboard. Now in the visualization sheet, we can take care of the grid line. We do not do them. So we can go to view and take the grid lines off. Let's go down. Going to move this away. This is going to be expanded. Layout. Like this. Control Z. To move this part of here, and then we take our grid line off. So you can take the grid line off your visualization pane. So this is where we are going to be putting all our visuals. So answering the questions in the insights page, how many responses do we have? So we are going to call this total respondents. That is to know how many persons participated in what we are doing. So we're going to be filling the values here. So we can insert and then put in the row. So for us to easily move, we can do it is equal to 1 plus whatever it is we have at the top. So it is equal to 1 plus A2. So it's going to like help us move down and okay. So to get the total number of persons that has responded to our form, we can pick, should we use the time? Okay, so the time is a column that is never going to be empty because this is on default from Google Form. So it is going to be equal to, I think we learned some functions in our last class. We're going to say it is going to be equal to count A. So count A is a function that counts the number of cells that are not empty. Please, if I'm going too fast, just call my attention back. So count cells counts the number of cells that are not empty. So we go back to our worksheet and then we start from here. That's from, yes, please go ahead. Someone is raising their hands up.
So I want to confirm the email.
Oluwafemi@gmail.com. Oluwafemi, just my name, and then
Alright.
@gmail.com. Thank you. So count A, Control Shift, and then your page down button. That's if you are using a Windows, Control plus Shift plus down is going to automatically select everything down to the list. So you can see everything here is highlighted. And then we have what we call referencing. It means even if we copy our formulas around, our value should remain wherever it is they are. So you can click function F. So you're going to notice there are dollar signs in front of these formulas. What this simply means is these values should remain wherever it is they are, and then we hit enter. So we see the number of responses we have gotten. So we can just copy this away from here and post this here. So we can now call for Babcock students, the number of Babcock University students that have participated in this survey. So that is going to be called, we are going to use a function called COUNTIF. Please, these functions might help you later on to conduct other analysis. So don't cram them, just try to understand how they work. So we are going to be using a function called COUNTIF. Since we have a column here telling us whether they are Babcock students or not, so we can easily, Control Up is going to take you to, so Control Up. Now we can easily count how many of our respondents here has said yes. So we can easily Control A. For us to easily navigate around this, we can filter it by applying filtering here. I think we learned all of this in the last section. How to apply filter, Control Up. So we can easily check. So we have both yes and no. Network here. Can you still hear me?
Oh.
Yes, good. So counting the number of yes here is going to tell us how many Babcock students we have. So it is going to be equal to count if, meaning counts a particular thing if a particular condition is met. So it's going to be count if we open a parenthesis and it is asking us for a range. So we can provide the range here and say from here, Control Shift downwards. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to pass in. So this is a specified range, meaning we want you to go to, if you take a look at the formula here, count if in a particular sheet, which is in our worksheet, to, from this particular cell to this particular given cell, which is a range. Can you hear me? Because it sounds like it's trying to reconnect. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we can tell it, okay, what we want you to count into a quotation, because quotations are used to specify strings, meaning we want to bring text in. Then we can tell it yes. So meaning anywhere you find yes, this, and then we close. Meaning count if in this column you find the figure yes. By the time we hit enter, so this is the number of students we have here. So to easily get the percentage, we can just say the number of students divided by the total number of respondents. So which is giving us a percentage of how many Blackhawks University students we have here. So we can easily convert this into percentage by hitting the percentage sign. So we can answer the question that 92% of the whole population is Blackhawk students. Just hold on. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. So we can also check which of them are non-students. So it is going to be so we are going to pass that exactly the same thing is going to be equal to the count if, and then we move into our sheet again. So this is where we want you to count from. Go to the sheet. We are going to specify exactly the same range. Control up, Control Shift down. Right. And then F4 is going to help us lock that in, comma, and then we tell it no. So we hit parentheses and then we hit enter. So this is the number of.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So what in the formula you just used to calculate number of
Yeah.
students, there were dollar signs between there were dollar signs with B2 and B2601. What do they represent?
Okay. So what this means, we call it an absolute. Okay, we call them absolute referencing. So when we are talking about referencing, so let's quickly dive into that. Referencing is when you decide to refer to a cell rather than the content inside of this one, rather than hard coding it and saying, can you still hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Can you still hear me? Good. So rather than saying, let's say we have two cells here, so this is another cell containing 3. So rather than saying, because I want to add these two figures together, I decide to say it's equal to 1 plus 3, which is a formula. I can decide to just reference them wherever they are and say equals to this. So meaning I'm referencing the cell containing it. I believe you understand this. Plus this, meaning whatever content that is inside of it, add them together. So this is what we call referencing. Now, what happens with referencing is every time you copy a formula downwards, the references follows up with it. So if I copy this downwards, you'll notice that it is giving us 0. Because since I decided to leave one alone, make use of this particular cell, it is also going to leave this one alone and make use of this cell. Are we getting this? Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what we call a relative referencing, meaning all reference cells are moving to the direction at which you are copying your formulas to. But sometimes we really do not want it to move along if we copy the formula elsewhere. So this is where we now bring what we call an absolute reference, meaning I am referencing these cells in an absolute way. Do not move away from wherever they are. So if you take a look at our initial formula here, which is equal to E8 plus F12, by the time it got here, it is using E9 plus F13, meaning one step downwards. So if we decide to apply a dollar sign, so putting a dollar sign is just saying, I would like it to remain in this point. So if you put a dollar sign, this means remain in column E. So meaning if I copy the formula sideways, it's never going to move away from there. A dollar sign in front of 8 means remain on row 8. Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
So if I hit enter, take a look at it again. I'm going to copy the formula again from this point. I'm going to copy it again and then reference is downwards. You take a look that we are still having one because it refused to move away from E8, but it has moved from F12 to F13. So if we come to our formula here, so I'm just going to clean all of this. Yes, and then hit enter. So if you take a look at it, it is just me saying, if I should copy this figure from here and take it here, it should still be giving me exact same value. Do you understand why we are using that now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's to make sure we don't have errors in our analysis. So I think to some extent we already understand what our data set is talking about. So if we are really working to focus on BAPOC students alone, we already identified that, okay, we have social number of students. So what we can do is Control Up is going to bring us to the top. We can filter out response that are not from BAPOC students. So we can take that out. And then we can, so with no, we have taken that particular part out. And then we can check all of these here. How many levels do we have here? 600 level, which works pretty fine. I think all of these particular departments are standardized, working fine. The year here. So what we can do is to use find and replace to fix this particular one, the year of birth. So we can just use Control H, which suppose we had cleaned in the last class. I don't know. So I don't know if you can see the little dialog that pops up on my screen. So when you press Control H from yours, I believe we have people doing this. So you have Control H. So we can just, it is called find and replace. So we can just find, okay, what are the things you want it to find? So I can just specify at first, let's order it in an ascending or descending order. So we take a look at it here. These are the figures we do not want to see. We can manually just check them out or just use find and replace to consider them as unknown. So we can just take all of these ones out. This 2029 as well is going to go out. So meaning we do not want to see them. This, and this. I hope you are getting all of these steps. So we are not using find and replace. I just decided to filter them out so we can still have originality with the data set. So I can see somebody saying 18 as well. So if I drop it down, I can take 18, 20, 200, 19 days, and 19 that. I hope I'm not moving too fast. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Did you say I'm moving too fast?
No.
Okay, okay. So we can also now begin to convert our ages into a range, or we can quickly standardize this for now. Let's be sure this is an integer, which is correct. Level is fine. Okay, so we can then go to organic products bulk. So we're going to come back here to convert this into a range. Let's look at our gender. We only have male and female, which works fine. So skin tone works fine as well. Are you aware of organic products? This works fine. So we can also place, somebody should, I mean, everybody is expected, please go and find out how many of your respondents have agreed that they are aware of organic products. So if you take a look, what's the name of the person who shared their screen earlier? So this is what she has done. She has done a great job. So she wrote an if function. Are you still here?
Yes, sir.
So this is what you can do. For cases where you have already converted it into if, this is what you have done already. So if this is equal to yes, yes is meant to be in a quotation. If this is equal to yes, then do 1, else do 0. Close this, enter, and then it tells us 1. This is what you've done, right? So in your own
Yes,
case,
sir.
you do not necessarily need to use count if. So what you can do is when you come to the insert page, you can just, okay, number of persons that, what does that question say again? This particular one we are trying to solve. So have you heard of organic products that organic products? So don't forget, this is a rough sheet where we have all of our insight. So instead of using count if, you can just say it is equal to sum. So when you open sum is more easier. You can just add all of these numbers together. So all the numbers in that particular column. So you can just come here and say add everything here, Control Shift down. You know, since they're represented by 1, you can just bring them down, and it shows the number of persons that have said yes. So for you to know the number of persons that have said no, it's just going to be equal to the total number of respondents we have minus number of persons that have decided to say yes, which gives you the answer. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you can just calculate the percentage. So we can learn about that referencing here again. So if this is what we are referencing, which is C2, so everything divided by the total number of persons is going to give your absolute answer. So I'm going to log C2 to remain on C2. Please, if you can't hear me at any point, just let me know. I'm going to put a $sign here, a $sign here as well. Hit enter. So if I copy this downwards, it's just going to be this divided by this. And then you can see we are getting percentage of how many. So you can easily just tell, we can say those your English do not have to come correct here because you convert them into writings here. So we can also look at other categories. And then let's look at what the data set is looking like. So for some of you, there's no one way to analyze it. So you can decide to use count if here. What do you use? What do you think organic products are? So we can use keywords to answer all of this. So products made from natural ingredients. So what I'm going to need us to do is we need to find what are the distinct. Do we have anyone here that still has access to the form? Can you still hear me?
Sir, to which form?
The form that is feeding us this data. So I need you to bring out all the distinct answers that are allocated to this column. So I know number 1 is products that are made from natural ingredients. What are the provided options you've listed for this particular column? Do you understand that?
No.
Yes, but we don't have them.
Okay. So nobody has access to the form link where we can get this. Okay. So
I'll provide that shortly.
All right. We just want to get the distinct value that here. It's just in case I go off, I'll be back max in 2 minutes because I can tell my network is a bit slow here, so I need to move to a better location. So network issue, and at the same time, I needed to just hold on, please. You can still see my screen, right? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
As the recording continues,
Yes, the recording is on still.
okay.
Thank you.
So we have So we have, what do you think organic products are? So what we can do here is we can use a wildcard. So we can call these another section inside. Okay, let's call this. So inside of our insight sheets, let's call this another section. We can call this section 2. Let's give it conditional formatting so we can easily tell. What is going on here? This one. View insert. I'm going to move this away. Expand. And then I can give these the conditional formatting. Cell style. So we can easily just, we can call this section 1. Give this a style as well. So whatever access we have here, we copy it here. So for this section, it is going to be answering questions. What's the organic product? So this is where we are going to be answering the question. So I'm going to clean everything from here. And this and this. So this is going to be 1, enter is equal to 1 plus whatever it is we have at the top plus this. Hit enter, we have 2. So I don't know if we have a list of what those options are already, but I am going to copy this one.
Yes.
Do we have?
Yes, I have them. But
okay, can we call some of them?
Okay, so products made by local producers. Okay, made by local producers. So product is common here. Local producers, they are products made by local producers. That's the option.
So, or we should put keyword there if there's local producer inside.
Yeah. Local producers, refined ingredients. That's the second one. Products made from refined ingredients.
Okay.
Okay. The third one, from unprocessed ingredients. From unprocessed ingredients. Unprocessed ingredients. Yeah. Then the fourth one, from natural ingredients.
From what?
From natural ingredients. Natural ingredients.
Okay. We have natural ingredients at the top. So I think we can use this as an example.
Oh, okay.
Pick up all stuff here. So I'm going to teach you what we call wildcard. Okay. So we have what we call a wildcard material. Okay. So what we can do is we can count if, we can say it is equal to count if, but this time around we have a technique we will apply. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit the other side, and then we bring this to the side. So we are going to use wildcards to bring them in. So instead of putting these inside of a quotation, count if, then we are going to specify the sheet where it is, which is on this particular sheet. Control Shift down, F4, we pass a comma, and then we can go back to our insight sheet. So an example is we want to pass in products made from natural ingredients. So we can either pass the keyword natural ingredients. So we want to pass in our criteria now. I'm going to take this off. So for me to pass my criteria, rather than just putting it inside of a quotation, this is where we now have the asterisk. Yes, I'm with you.
Please, can you start before you go? Can you just quickly start from the bracket after?
I think your network is breaking. I can't hear you. Can you say that again?
Like start again from after the open bracket. Sorry, I lost track.
Okay. So here is it. Count if this is how counting it works, is going to be equal to count f, open the parenthesis. So you are expected to select a range. So you see it's asking you for a range, meaning where is this data going to be found? So we are going to select this range. Control is going to help me. So it is starting from here. This is what we want to count. So Control, Shift, and the arrow down button will select to the last option here. So I have selected all of this. So I can press the function button. If you are using a Windows, you see the function next to Control. It is written Fn. When you press Fn and F4 at the top, you can see it has automatically applied that reference into it. So next is you pass a comma to provide your criteria. Are we together now? So I'm not using the sheet here. Are we on the same page now?
So can you use it if you've already like linked the data, like each, because mine is already separated.
Good. So you can just count it instead. So count the number of, so you just put the text inside. But sometimes it can be very tedious. Okay, so sometimes it can be very tedious for you to pass all the keywords. So this is where we pass a wildcard, meaning anywhere you can find something that sounds like this or something that looks like this, where this string is following each other. So instead of just passing it inside a quotation like this is where we now introduce what we call a wildcard, meaning this is how you should search. So how we can bring that in is by passing the asterisk sign. So here, one of the major keyword here is natural ingredients. So we can just pass natural ingredients. So, and then we pass our star again. So meaning I want it to look into that range and check anywhere where it can, not neutral, you here. Good. So anywhere it can find something like this, count them. So we close the parentheses and let's see if this works. So you can see about 194 responses agreed to, okay, organic product or products found from natural ingredients. So we can bring this here. Are we getting this, please? So I'm using what we call the keyword technique. So I am passing some major keywords that differentiate each options from the other. Are we following, please?
Yes, sir.
Do we have questions? Do we understand that? Okay.
Sorry, sir, please could you do that again?
Okay. So I'm going to be doing another one. If you look at all of the options you have specified, you will notice that there are major keywords that differentiate them. Number one is natural ingredients. Second is local producer. We have refined ingredients. We have unprocessed ingredients, and then we have synthetic materials. So when you are using your count if, now think of count if as something, say, I would like you to go and count how many of these things you can find in a given range I'm allocating to you. That's why it is called count if, equals to count if. So meaning count the number of cells that meet this particular criteria. So the range is now asking, okay, where is this particular range where I'm meant to do the counting? So this is why we are coming here and saying, oh, it's in this particular sheet, and I would like you to count it. So I can easily just start from here. Control, Shift, and O is going to select everything here. So it has selected that range. You'll notice that you see a broken straight line wrapping it up. So this is where the sheet is. On worksheets from K1 to K200601. So I can easily just pass my Fn to lock it in, meaning don't move away from this particular spot. I think I already explained why this dollar sign is showing here. Are we still following?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So the next thing, these are some of the things you follow to know how to use a function. So I have provided my range now. I pass in a comma. Can you see it is asking me for my criteria? Meaning, okay, what do you want me to look for in this given range? So you notice that before now, we were always using yes, no, when you see yes, just count it. But this time around, it might be difficult for us to type this long string of text. So this is where we are now introducing what we call the wildcard, meaning somewhere you can just, it's just like telling Excel, anywhere you can find these 3 words following each other. So I'm not going to give you the full context, but anywhere you find something that looks like this. So how to pass the wildcard? On default, all strings are written in quotation like this. But for you to bring the wildcard in, you need to bring the asterisk sign. So I'm going to bring the asterisk sign inside, meaning something that looks like this is what I'm looking for. So I can easily just tell it anywhere you find the word local, and producer following each other. Just like this. So I mean, if you find anything that looks like local producer, count how many of them appears in that range. So by the time we hit enter, you can see how many of them are saying this is what they believe organic products should be. Are we getting this?
Yes, sir.
Questions, please. So I can just drag this down, which is still going to be giving me same figures. So what I can do this time around is I'm just going to type the keyword refined. I'm going to say here, refined ingredients. So this particular one is going to be unprocessed. So you can see how it works. Then the next one, we can still drag this down as well. So I'm just copying the formula. Now, the reason why all of this, now I've noticed there's a mistake. This is K1 to this. This is K2, K2, okay, K2. This still works fine. So we can now change this to say the criteria for this one should look for anywhere you see the word synthetic. I'm not sure if synthetic was spelled this way. Am I making that error?
No, it has H.
It has
H. Yeah, it has H. Synthetic.
Can we spell that out, please?
SYNTH.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, TH, yes. Then E, every other thing is correct.
Yes.
But it's just that H that was missing.
Good. So we can see the number of synthetics that are here. So if we want to convert this into a percentage, it is just going to be equal to this value divided by the total number of response we have. This is going to give you your percentage. So if we divide it, you can see it's giving us 0.6. But since we want to relate the formula downwards, we can just lock in this one and say, I still want to be using the total number of response, which is C2. So I'm going to put a $sign in front of a $sign here, and then a $sign here again. So which it enters, and then we just copy it downwards, and then we get the different percentage. So we can just easily convert this, from a decimal value into actual percentage sign. I'm going to bring this up again, and then by the time we press this, you now have the percentage. So from here, we can answer the question, what do most people believe organic products are? Are we getting
hello,
this?
Sir. Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
You note where you went to copy the whole sheet is in the worksheet, not in the inside sheet. So you I was not too clear. Yeah, this is where you copied the range which you're working on. So I'm just saying, but the formula was imputed on the inside sheet, but you went to the worksheet. So that interplay, I was not too clear about that.
Okay, so here is it. Let's us think of Excel as a book. Like we always say, it is a workbook. For every book, you always have multiple pages inside them. So that's why we say you have an Excel workbook that has multiple worksheets inside of it. So, and all of these sheets, all of these cells are interconnected. So I can decide to reference a cell from worksheets and also from inside. So let's assume you want to go pick something from worksheets. All you have to do, just make sure everything starts with an equal to sign. So immediately I move there. Can you see it has already added it to my formula that what I'm about to pick is coming from worksheets? Immediately I just switch to worksheets. So if I move back again, can you see it is telling me that what I'm about to pick is going to be found inside of insight sheet?
Yeah.
So if I was going to pick that range, so I'm just going to come here and say, I want to pick from here. So on default, this is what you normally do, but we need to move faster. So when you want to select a range, just start from the top and say Control plus Shift, and then the arrow key on your keyboard. So if I do Control Shift, arrow down, it has selected to the last option. If I take it arrow to the right again, it has selected the whole thing. When I take it back again, can we see how it works now? So you can easily just copy things. So if this is exactly what you wanted to copy, you can go back to you can just pass a comma, go back to your sheet again. Can you see how it works now? So you can reference anything from anywhere. Do we understand that? Do we have, let's ask questions for clarification, please. Questions, please.
Sorry, sir, please, what is the
So we can,
exclamation mark doing?
okay. What did you say? Can you say that again?
Sir, please, what is the exclamation mark in the function?
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
I can't seem to hear. I don't know if that's just me alone.
We can hear you.
Like I can't hear. There's somebody who's trying to ask a question. So we can do this.
Sir,
I don't know if anybody got a question.
excuse me, sir.
Okay, I need to. Yes, I'm with you.
She was asking what the exclamation mark is for.
Okay, the exclamation mark when you move around.
Yes,
This
sir.
one. It is
Yes.
because it is coming from different sheets. That's why it is added to it. It is coming from another sheet. If it was being referenced inside this particular sheet, you won't find it there. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So we can drag this down. So we've answered the question related to what people think organic products are. So one thing you can do is just highlight all of this, Control Shift to the right, downwards. It has selected all of these, and then you can bring your visuals in. So when you go on Insert, you can just check for recommended visuals. So and then you can bring something like this out. So you can see how the figures are working. Are we getting that, please? I can't hear anything from him.
Sir, can you explain again?
I can't hear anything
How
from
you did
anyone.
it?
Are we still together, please?
Sir. Sir, can you do
Can
it
anyone
again?
hear me?
Sir, we can hear you. Sir?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sir, could you do it again?
Did you say, can we do it again? Can any other person
Yes,
hear her,
sir.
please? Like I said, if you're not in a noisy environment, just unmute yourself. Which of it would you like us to do again? Is it the visuals or
visuals, sir.
this particular one here? The
The
visuals?
visuals. Yes, sir.
Okay. So to get your visuals, you just need to select a range. This is what we want to convert. So if you do not want to use this number, you can just use this and use this, meaning you are comparing it against the percentage. So when you go on inserts, you always see what we call a recommended chart, and then you see how it shows. So you can always change it to whatever chart suits anything you want to do. So you can bring this in, and then all you have to do is click OK. What you do, it might be tough for you to select here. So you can just Control hold Shift to the left, downwards, and then you bring your chart, and it shows you how it works. Are we getting that? So you can, though this visual is not going to stay here, we can just get everything, Control X. We go to our visualization sheet. We can do Control V, so which means it should come stay here and wait for us. So all our visuals are going to come here. So we can just call this what people think of the think nothing. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Please, if I'm going too fast, just draw my attention back. I would like that we do these and get something out of here. So let's look at other columns we have here. So for here, I taught us what's the function to find the most recurring value again? We did it in the last section. So we have mode. It's a statistical method. This is where you can say most of your response, your respondents are from 600 level or 100 level. So all you can do is you can decide to do level by level, count if it's equal to 600, count if it's equal to 100, or you can just easily do mode. So it's going to be equal to mode. Then you provide this range. It is going to tell you the most recurring level you have here. So year of birth. So one thing we can do here is we are going to clean this real quick. So we are going to insert a new sheet. Insert. Are you following, please? So we are going to call this age. The lady that was sharing her screen earlier, were you able to convert your year of birth to age? Because I haven't checked it. Because I see you've really done a good job cleaning it. It makes more sense from what you shared on the screen. I've forgotten what your name is. Is she still here? Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. So converting this to age is going to be, we have a function called the year. We can say year in now. Now is a function that gives you today's date. So let me break down for you. So we say it is equal to now. No, I didn't make a mistake. I know what I'm doing. You're not smarter than me. Yeah. So when you say it is equal to open parenthesis, close parenthesis, can you see it is going to give you today's date and the time? Now is a function you can use to get today's date and time. So we have a function called year equals to year. So year is going to tell you what year is this. Hold on. Control A. No, that's not what I'm doing. So open a parenthesis. I want to find the year in this particular string. Can you see it has extracted the year? If you want to find what month is it, so you can say it is equal to months. I'm just showing you all of this in case you need them later. I hit enter. You can see it's telling you what month this is. So now, since I know now is going to give me what date are we right now, and year is going to extract the year. So what I can easily just do is I'm going to say, I'm going to take this off, and then I'll say it is going to be equal to the year in now. I mean, this is going to find the year in now. minus whatever year we have here. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Let's close this. So and then we are going to standardize this into general. Let's hold on. This one. So I'm going to turn it into general. Number this time be 2020. So when I say 2026, 6 minus this is equal to 2026. I need to be sure I'm getting my maths right, please. This works. This person is 17-year-old. So when I say the year in now minus whatever it is we have here, it shouldn't be giving me this figure. I'm just going to call it general. So let's look at it again. I'm going to say year in now. Now minus whatever it is we have here in the parentheses. If I copy it downwards, it shouldn't be giving us this. How is it giving 2020? We just hold on. Let's try to fix this formula. Does that mean we need to be breaking? Let's hold on, please. So we need to go. I don't want to hard code the 2026. So yeah, let me do it equal to today. I'm trying to try other functions. Okay, this gives us today's date. When I say it is equal to the year in today minus whatever it is we have here. Yes, I know what I'm doing. So when I change this into not date, give me as a general format. Oh, we're getting the same thing. Okay, so this is what I'm going to simply do. Since we are in 2026, so which means every year we need to come update this. It's going to be 2026 minus whatever it is we have here. I think 1 equals to sign equal to 2026 minus this, enter. This can be right. Minus this. So this gives us 20. Do we understand this, please? So this is giving the age of our respondents. Do we understand this, please?
Yes, sir.
This particular one here for age and how we got it. So I need somebody to find the average age of students there, find the number of girls, find the number of boys. So please go and add it to your insights. The number of girls that are there, the number of boys that are there. And I'm trying to think of how many places we can categorize our age into. So this is where we can group them and say from age 10 to so age, this is what we are going to call them. Just hold on. Let me try and see if I can put this together. So what is the maximum age here and what is the minimum age? I need somebody to come up with an idea. How do we group 42 into 3? I mean, from 7 to, how is it possible we have somebody 7 years filling this form? From age 15 to 42, how do we group it into 3?
Sir, may I want to quickly make an observation. The first one, that 1998, was actually a demo, yes. So it's not even part of the listen, but it's fine if the it is actually supposed not to be part of
these are outliers, right?
Yes, it's an outline because even we don't even have engineering at 600 level at this moment. So that was just a demo. Somebody when we're trying to check.
So we are going to take care of them. We are going to take them off. So and then this So we take them off. I already removed you. I shouldn't see you here again. So we click OK. So we have 36. We shouldn't be having anyone who is 36 years old. So everyone who has filled this form is a student, right? I think we should go with 29 as a limit. Does that work fine? Do we agree on that?
Yes, sir.
29 years of age. So this is a way of neutralizing the whole thing. So the oldest person is 28. So I need us to divide this into 3. So we group them. So we can say from age so to age to a particular one, we group them from a particular age, because you cannot visualize age. This is continuous data. You don't visualize them individually. Are we getting this?
Yes, sir.
Good. So I need somebody to come up with an idea. How do we group them into 3? Give us a range.
Grouping the
I'm still waiting to hear back from us.
So maybe 17 to
Are you
21
following?
and 21
Okay,
to
thank you.
22 to
25.
26, 27 to
Good.
30.
Okay, let's. Okay, I need both of you to agree on one. Both of you communicate with yourself, like live right now. Agree on one. Maybe one person should hear from the other, and then let's come into a conclusion. And then I just write the code to bring it out, the formula.
So that's like a 5 or 4
Well,
year
are you
gap.
both trying to say the same thing?
17 to 21, 22 to 26, 27 to 30.
I don't know if it's my network, but it seems like it is breaking. Is that same for every other person?
I think it's your network, sir. I could hear her clearly.
Okay. So I guess individual groups should make their own age group in here. So this is how you pass it. You can say it's going to be equal to, you can say if age, sorry, not age, you can say if the value here is greater than or equal to, you can say from 20 and above, then you can tell them, you can call it, so you pass it from and say 20. So this 20 is a string, so I'll say 20 above. So you can pass another if again and say if this particular value, so we've done 20 and above, then I can say from 15 to 20, no, 15 to 20 is to let's do 16 to 20. So if it is greater than, no, since the youngest person is 17, we're going to group it. You have 28, 20 and above, you can do, I think we have, since the age grade, we don't have standard deviation. We don't have a strong standard deviation. Everything seems to be too close, so grouping it might be a little difficult. So what you can do is just represent their age distribution using mode. Just use mode and average. Tell them the average age of the respondents is so. So you can come to here, this particular place, and then add age distribution. So you can talk about age. So average age is going to be equal to average. You put the parentheses. You go back to your sheet, control shift down, 8 enter. You can't tell me what to do, so I'm going to go back again. My range, I'm going to specify I'm going to take it up from here and say, move to the top. I'm going to start from here, Control Shift Enter, and F4. So when I hit Enter, this is wrong. So this can only mean two things. There's something in that age bracket that doesn't sit right. But we do not have a string here, so it should work. So average age. Average age of worksheets is equal to average. And then I go back to my sheets. Starting from here. And then I'm going to tell it starting from here. Control Shift down. So let's
There's
see
a
what's
hand
going on
up.
here.
There's a hand up, Juwon Sonaike. I'm not sure if.
Please, let's hear your question, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Sorry, please. I thought we agreed earlier that we're going to filter out everyone that was not a backup student.
Yes, we filtered
Yes.
that out already. So if you check here, can you see we only have people that are backup student here? So we took that out. That's why we have this. Only backup students are inside of this survey right now.
Sorry,
so if I go back to my worksheet.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure I can hear him well. Did I answer his question?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So I'm trying to see why this is giving us error. So let's set is equal to APR. It's equal to APR. Let's find me the average of these numbers. This one's. Or else we have a string in between. All of these numbers put together. And then I'm going to block it in. So from F2 down to F2061, find me the average. How is this? Okay, I know what to do. So I'm going to check the data type of this by coming to home, general, calling these numbers. So for anyone that doesn't convert to number, this open the parentheses here. So from here, Control Shift up. So it is going to be from 2. Hit enter. So why can't we find the average of these numbers? One of these is not a string. Just do that. Let me try mode. Control down. So let's say it's equal to mode in the parentheses. Please, I need somebody to find the average age from the end down to see if there is a problem with me.
So the average I got was, it's included the 42, 43, but it was around 18.5.
Okay, so which means the average person there is around 18 to 19 years old. So let me just write that. So 18. So average age is 18. Then you can put mode as well. So we can move to the next section and do some cleaning. You can still see my screen, right? So cleaning, let's see what we've got in the next section. So what do you think organic products are? I think we've answered that one, right? we have been able to figure out what people think of organic products. So to also correlate or to also link that to something else, we can also see some columns that ask, why do you use organic product, or why do they use this product? What do you think? What do you think organic products are? Organic products are safer than. So this particular one too, we have to clean it. We should only have like 3 options. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
So we should only have like 3 options. There shouldn't be, I have no option. We have no. What does somehow means in this case? Can somebody interpret what somehow means there? In this case, what's somehow supposed to mean?
Maybe
From the student, please.
some cases,
Maybe they are
So
uncertain
now
of
this is
their idea of the stuff.
somehow maybe
okay. So it's okay. Let's hear from everybody. What does somehow means there?
It means maybe.
Maybe. So now when I ask you the question, maybe what? And I need us to discuss. So when you start creating Google Form, you know, it will help you channel. So when you say somehow, somebody use another word saying maybe. So maybe what? So anybody that's choosing somehow, explain to me in English what they are saying.
Maybe some organic products aren't safer than their inorganic like counterparts.
Okay. Does anybody want to counter that? You know, he said maybe some organic products have counterparts, right? You know, I can also argue with you and say maybe simply means they are trying to say maybe some organic products are not counterparts. Are you seeing that researcher bias now? You know, okay, I think this is where 2 questions are. That's not researcher bias. This happens when you ask leading questions. Yes, leading questions whereby their response can fall to both parts. So when somebody said somehow, it can be somehow no, it can also be somehow yes. Are we getting this?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we can just convert this. Maybe we'll change this to uncertain. So anywhere we say I have no opinion and somehow we change it to uncertain, or we can just put I don't know. So how can we get that done? We can do Control H, which is find and replace. I don't know if you can find my find and replace option on my screen here. So I'm just going to pass maybe. So anywhere it says maybe, I can pass uncertain. What was the question asked again? Organic products are safer than inorganic products. Okay, I'm going to put uncertain. So meaning anywhere it says maybe, change it to uncertain. So I'm going to say find all. I'm trying to replace, not find, please. So I'm going to say replace all. We could not find and replace this. Why is that? So I'm going to clone this, and then I'll copy this somehow. I hope you all know how to use find and replace. Control H. So on this particular column, Control H. So I'm going to turn it this somehow, and I'm going to replace. So over 408 people said somehow, and then we're also going to replace I have no opinion to uncertain. I hope you understand why we are doing this.
Yes,
Do we?
sir.
Good. So I'm going to change I have an opinion to replace all. So 499 of them. So if you want to work on this column now, this is one thing you can do. So you can get all the unique value here, which is yes, no, and uncertain. So we can go to our insight sheets. So this is going to be, let's say, the next question here. What was the question say again? Organic product are what? This particular column we are working on. Organic product are safer. We can just start in this way. Organic product safer. So we can just pass yes, no, and then we pass it. So all we just have to do is going to be equal to count if, open the parentheses, come back to our page. Where is it again? What column is the question found? The organic product are safer down. So we can do Control Shift downwards and lock it in F9 and pass your parentheses. We go back to our inside sheet and then we tell it yes. So meaning the criteria is yes. Close the parentheses and hit enter. And it cannot find yes. So this is how we are going to solve that problem. We are going to just hard code it and say, okay, anywhere you see the word yes, just bring it in. Good. So here as well, we are just going to copy it down. And then here we say, anywhere you find the word no, if I'm going to fast, let me know, please. No, good. And then here we are going to pass.
Oh, you're too fast.
I'm so sorry. But I kept mentioning it. If I was going too fast, you can call my attention back. So where are we? So we can pick things up from there. Where are we? Is you can unmute yourself. I don't mind. Let's have this as a conversation rather than why am I still saying somehow here? Let's talk, please. The lady isn't speaking. Where are we? What have we done? How many of us are even doing this?
So when I put the formula, it keeps asking me for value. So it's not working.
Okay, so what function are you using? And what question are you trying to answer?
Count if I've been trying to answer these questions on natural ingredients.
Okay, so here is what we are doing. Let me teach you how count if works. It's going to be equal to count.
Sorry, sir. SMO Jumi,
Yes, sir.
which group are you?
10A, sir.
Still 10A. Okay.
Yes,
right.
sir.
So this is count if. Now, for every time I give you a function, I hope we are listening. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So for every time I give you a function, you are not expected to cram it. This is the secret to every function in Excel. The only thing you need to know is the name of the function. So when I say the name of the function is count if, or when I say the name of the function is Chioma, the only thing you need to cram is just write it is equal to Chioma, and then you open a parenthesis. So you can see this is count if, right? This is going to lead you to how you are going to use this function. So that's why you see the first thing it is asking you is for is the range. Since you already know what count if is used for, it is asking you, okay, in what range am I going to meet this criteria I am expected to look out for? Are you getting this? So that is why we have decided, let's say in this particular spot now, we want to find, or in this place, we want to find how many 499 we have here. So all I have to do is do what? This is my range. This is an example, please. And then for you to move to the next thing that this function is expecting, you will notice that it is separated with a comma. So all I have to do is pass a comma. I don't even know if you can see this formula syntax, because sometimes when I teach in Zoom, it doesn't show. Can you see this formula syntax that shows under my function?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So what's the next thing that is needed? What does it show? if you're looking at the formula syntax, what's the next thing we're expected to provide?
The range?
Yes, so when you provide the range, which we have already provided now, we pass a comma. What's the next thing?
A quotation.
The exclamation mark.
Not the exclamation mark, just look at the formula syntax. There's this thing under, when you write it is equal to, you are going to see something that pops up under. It's going to show count if open parentheses, range, comma. What's the next thing you see?
Criteria.
Criteria.
Thank you. Good. So now the criteria, since you already know some if counts a particular range, if it sees a particular criteria. So this is where you can now put in quotation. Now, the reason why we are using quotation is when you write alphabets together, it is called a string. So for every string you are writing, it must be written in a quotation. But this time around, we want to count how many 499 is in this given range here. So all we have to do is my criteria is 499. And the reason why this is not in a quotation is because it is a number. This is how the function works. So you'll notice that, okay, what's the next thing you need to provide now? Based on the formula syntax you are following. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
So what's the
Yeah.
next thing it is asking you to provide?
Condition.
Where's the condition coming from? I'm trying to be sure you can see my screen. I'm going to move to Teams so I can see what you are seeing from your end. Let's hold on. How do I get to see what?
Maybe you expand your
No, it is inside of. Okay, let's do it this way. I need everybody to write the sum function, please. Go to your Excel, write it is equal to sum, and then open a bracket. Tell me what you can see. Did you see something pop up under and say sum open brackets number 1, comma, number 2, comma, 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 and it keeps showing? Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Good. That is what we call a formula syntax. It is meant to guide you on how to use a function. You notice that every argument is separated with a comma. So now please go back to using count if and tell me what you can see there. So what are the things you can see when you write count if? In your formula syntax?
Range, comma, criteria.
Good. So now you see the range. I believe we all understand what range implies this time around. Do we? If you don't, please, let's ask. Good. So now that particular space where this thing is. So if I have decided to provide this range now, it means I want you to count how many of the particular criteria is seen in this place. Since I have provided the range, you will notice that range and criteria are separated with a comma in the formula syntax, right? And the range happens to show in a more bolder color. So all I have to do is pass a comma. You'll notice that the boldness has now moved to the criteria. Who else is noticing that from their end? So your criteria is that thing you want to count from the given range. Are we getting this?
Yes, sir.
So if you wanted to count how many Femi appears there, just write it in a quotation, and then you close it. Meaning, in this given range, I need you to find how many Femi is there. Then you notice what's the next thing after criteria? You see a closing bracket, meaning you do not need to provide any other thing. And you hit enter. Can you see it is returning 0, meaning it cannot find Femi in this range. So what now happens is if I decide to change it, okay, not Femi this time around, show me if you can see 361. Can you see it is returning 1, meaning I can see 361 showing itself one time in this given range. Do you understand count if better now, please?
Yes, sir.
Questions? Let's hear them. Do we understand it, or we still have questions? So converting this into percentage is just going to be this divided by the total number of respondents, which is this, and then function 4, and we hit enter. So we have 65% of them saying yes, and then when we go to the top here, we can convert it into a percentage. So we notice that organic product are safer to use. So majority of them says yes, organic product are safer to use. Are we understanding this, please? Any question? Before we move to the next part, any questions so far, please? Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
So I believe we know what do you need to do about organic products are more offer more health benefits than inorganic products. I believe you know what to do here. Change it to maybe 3 options alone. Are you getting this? Or you can change it to, no, changing it to true is going to remove a lot of data. So change this to 3 options. Organic products spoil easily. Let's see how many options we have here.
So if we change it to 3 options, does that mean we are merging somehow and uncertain?
Yes, exactly. Yes. So you can use Control H. So I don't know if Control H pops up on your screen too. Can you see find or replace dialog on my screen? That is a no, right?
No, sir.
Okay, good. So this is how you do it. You highlight that column where all of this thing can be found. You hit Control H. So tell me what you can see on your screen. Did you see where you have find what? How many of us are doing this real time, please? Did you see find what?
Yes.
Good. So find what is just saying what Excel is asking, what do you want me to find? And then you see replace with, meaning what would you like me to replace it with? So an example is where somebody has written somehow, you are going to provide somehow to find what, and then whatever it is you want it to be replaced with, you put it in replace with, and then you click the replace button, it's going to automatically do that. So you also repeat that for the next option. Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
So when you go back to your team, you are going to repeat that for the question that asks organic product are safer. So you can automatically bring that in here too to calculate how many percentage of them agree that they are safer and the rest. So you can also see organic product are this. Should we just solve this so quick? Okay, let's see if we can attend to this. So we have maybe, which I'm going to copy, Ctrl C. And then how many options do we have here? Should we just agree that maybe it means they are trying to say, yes, organic product are safe? Or how do we handle this? I need your opinion. And that's why I said I need you to be responsive. Unmute yourself if you're not in a noisy environment. Let's engage. That is how I can tell we are in this together. Can you still hear me?
We were so quiet.
Am I still going fast? Is the class boring? Are we not getting it? Okay, so what do you suggest we do here? This is how I can tell we are following. So what should we do? How do we handle this case?
So for the others, I selected somehow uncertain.
Somehow is uncertain.
So what should we call it?
Yeah, I think I agree too. Uncertain, any other thing that is not yes or no, probably should go with uncertain because I think that's the only reasonable thing.
So what question are we trying to answer? An organic product are safer than inorganic. Okay, somehow and uncertain. So since we already have an uncertain, so we are just going to change somehow. So we are going to come here, Control H. No, I'm not trying to paste here. Control H. So I'm just going to place maybe to uncertain. Please up. Why can't it find maybe? How is the maybe written? Okay, it is somehow not maybe. So no. To uncertain. So we have 303 of them replaced. So this is now where we are going to do the job. I think the lady said she already handled this for us. Organic products are easy to spoil. How do we go about it? I need us to respond. I think she said she already handled this.
Yes, sir. Already filtered their response.
Okay. How did you go about it?
I just want to bring it up so I can check.
Okay, you want to share your screen again? Or you want to read it out? Or what did you say? Okay. Just let us know what approach did you put to this? This is going to be tedious. I have yes, I have no idea. I have depending, I have I don't know. This person even wrote I don't know. Depends. This person is probably thinking, he said, sometimes some do, it depends if they are. So this is going to be a work for your groups. Are we following, please? So categorize them to make more sense, maybe into 3 categories. Okay, I'm listening. Let's hear you.
Some people mentioned production method affects whether to spoil or not. Okay. I have affected by storage, could include preservatives, depends on the product. In some cases, I have no. I have proper preservation required. I have uncertain, and I have yes here.
Okay. So I think everybody had her. You can categorize them into how many options is that? You can categorize them, let's say maximum of 5 options, because every other thing too also matters. Those that are saying depending on storage. So you are going to group them. Maybe all those that says depend, you automatically change them to depend on storage. I believe we know how to go about that. Do we?
Yes, sir. I have 9 options.
So you're not filtering them out. You are just finding and replace. Anywhere they see all of those things, you change them. So and then you answer the question to your insight sheet again. So organic products are cheaper than synthetic products. You can see at times, sometimes, it depends on the country. Can you see somebody here say, for example, in the US, fast food, blah, 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 blah. We clean all of that. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
So this is another thing you can do if you don't want to use find and replace. I can just say insert here. So I'm going to bring a new sheet. So all I have to do is just going to say it is equal to if. I think I taught you if. So I'm going to say if the value in this place is equal to yes, in the quotation, then I'll tell it to give me yes, like this. I'll tell it to give me yes, like this. And what if it is not? I'm going to tell it to also check again if the value in Q2, for example, column 2, is equal to no, then I also tell it to return no like this for me inside the quotation. So not 0, no, please. This, and then the next thing, I'm not going to tell it uncertainty meaning. So if it doesn't fit into any of these 2 categories, just write so, and then we close our parentheses and we hit enter. So you can see no, and then we copy this downwards. Does this look like magic or we understand? So every other thing you say that is not yes or no is being considered as uncertain. So you can see this long string of text. Questions, please. No question means that everybody knows how to do this. Do you know how to do this? So I can just copy this. And are we still here? Or,
still.
Yes,
We're
sir.
still here.
So this is equal to whatever it is we have here. I hit enter. So I can copy this, Ctrl C, and paste this as a value. Look. I'm going to do Ctrl C, and then also paste it back as a value. Yeah, I want to paste it back as a value. So copy and paste that one value. Just select the one of the cells, you paste the value as a size. Yeah, I'm sure what I'm doing is just what I'm going to say Ctrl plus Shift plus downwards, Ctrl C. You can't paste these here because the copy and paste area are each of the same size. Select just the cell you can paste of the same size. Okay. So Ctrl Shift downwards, Ctrl C, paste as value. Don't paste me. I'm going to Ctrl Shift and Ctrl C. I'm going to say insert. Then in this place, I can tell it. I'm going to copy this again, and I'm going to paste it here. Good. So now we can delete this one. Good. And we can also delete this one. Do we all understand this? So you are going to calculate how many of them are here. What do you use organic products for? Do we still remember how we passed the wildcards? So you can just count how many moisturizing is here, how many skin healing is here, and it's going to solve that. So I think the functions we've used in this place is going to help you count the percentage of how many persons agree to a particular section. So the next thing you need to learn is the pivot table. So I can just Control A, Control T. I'm going too fast. Control A, Control T. So I'm going to tell you my table has, thank you. So I'm going to tell you my table has headers, and then we click. Okay, so yes, this will change the range field of your worksheet to completely start to remove auto filter. Okay, because of the filters I've added. So one thing we can do is we can bring pivot table in. We can go back to our insight sheets. On the worksheet here. So I'm going to tell it insert. I believe we did pivot table. Hold on, before I move on. Do you all understand what I mean by you can check every column again to calculate how many percentage are agreeing to all of the options you have provided? Following the steps here. The steps we have used to find all of these ones. Please ask me questions on the things we've done so far.
So does the version of Excel that you're using, does it affect what you might get? Because mine is quite old.
Are you talking about the version of Excel you're using?
Yes.
No, it doesn't affect. It works the same way. Any question, any other question? Any other question before we proceed? Does that, the silence means yes, we know how to go about every other column, cleaning them, and then finding how many of them are agreeing to so thing, percentage, the distribution. Is that a yes?
So the dollar sign doesn't show whenever
Yes, sir.
Whenever you do what?
column, when I get my when I want to get my range, the dollar sign doesn't show.
Yes, the dollar sign doesn't show on default. So whenever you select your range, so this is what you can do. If I say it is equal to, and I select this, right? If I want to lock it, I can decide to come in my formula bar here and put the dollar sign. A dollar sign in front of D means remain on column D, which is this, don't move away from here. A dollar sign in front of E means don't remain. So it's still going to work if you do it this way. So what I was doing that makes it a little faster is a shortcut. So when I enter it is equal to, and I reference this. If you look on your keyboard close to Control, you'll see a key called Fn.
Okay.
Did you find it? It's the function key. So when you reference it, don't forget I'm still on the reference. So Fn, and then you press F4 at the top, F4. It automatically adds the reference to it.
Okay, Fn plus F.
So that's why it looks like the dollar sign automatically comes. It's a shortcut I use.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Does it work?
I can't do it right now. My laptop is unavailable.
Okay. So just try it. So I believe every other person knows how to find, you know how to find all of these figures. So if you want to tell the total number of people, you know, you bring it here, how many of them are backup students, how many of them believe in so you can convert it into visuals. So an example of this one, I can just bring this. No, I might not necessarily bring these numbers in because they don't make sense. So I'm going to bring this in, and then I can go back to my inserts, recommended charts, and then I'm going to bring this in. We can say so opinions, products, whatever is it inorganic? That's what you call it, right? If I'm right.
Yes.
Okay. So this is people's opinion on that. So from here, if you look at the top, you can format it to fit in however it is you want it to go. So from here, you can easily see that most people are even uncertain. So from here, you can tell that people do not really care if it is safer than other products. They just buy them. They are not sure. Okay, yes is more, I'm sorry. They believe that yes, this is what we call a legend. It helps you understand your chart. So most people believe that organic products are, are safer than other products. So a dashboard is just you rearranging all of these things. So when I do Control C, I bring this one in here again, Control V. So it's just you rearranging all of these things side by side, to just show all your story with the data. So what we are going to be moving to next is the pivot table part of this project. And we are going to work on a worksheet. I'm going to minimize this. And then we bring this on. I believe you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. So this is where we can now start doing the analysis. How many respondents? Okay, we've done how many respondents, gender, organic usage products by, so we can now bring pivot table in. You can count how many people said yes, and also said, okay, how many people are in 100 level and also said yes. You can use count if to solve that. But what we are going to do now is we are going to bring a pivot table in. So we are going to move to insert, and then we can just do this pivot table my range. So I'm going to tell it I have an existing worksheet I wanted to come in. So I'm going to come here inside of my insert sheets, and then I'll bring it here, tell it to go back inside, add this to the data model, and then we click OK. It says can't use the range you selected in data source because one or more columns names aren't valid. What are the names of our columns here? So what is this meant to represent? I think we can delete this. I use this as an example. Delete this, organic this, organic that. So I'm trying to look for columns that do not have anything to it. So this pivot table again, in an existing sheet. I need it to come here, return it back. Add this to the data model and click OK. Good. So I believe everybody knew we did something like this in the last class. So we can just start doing the comparison. Organic products spoil easily. I think we answered that. So when I drag it into rows, oh, we have not cleaned this. This is out. So which columns have we done the conversions to? Those conversions for? Organic products. Do you use organic products? Okay, yes, let's put it this way. Organic products spoil easily. No. I thought we cleaned this. The content. So which one? Okay. Those organic products. Do you verify? Do you use organic products? Organic products are safer. I think that's all one. So I think we cleaned this already. Why is it still showing this? Can somebody tell me what column we cleaned earlier? Organic products are safer than inorganic products. Organic products have more health benefits. So let's take these out. I'll put this in. Okay, let's assume you already cleaned all of these, which I believe everybody knows how to do, right? So you can also get these as well. Do you use organic products? So we can bring these into rows. So you can see these are organic products. And then we can also bring, do you use organic products into columns? So for it to make more sense, so this is what we can do. Come back here and then we do this. Do you use organic product? Let's take it to columns. So from here, we can see it was just one person that's filled this. So this is how it has been happening. So this is no. That's for people who say no, they don't use organic products. So I just double click it. So we are trying to see the relationship between people that use organic products and what's the other one again? An organic product are safer. I mean, offer health benefits. So we are trying to see who are the people that even believe that organic products offer more health benefits. Are they the people using it or not? So from here we can see from yes, no, I'm not sure. Everything is from one person. So I have an opinion was one person who doesn't use organic products says they have no opinion. One person who is not sure if they use organic products says they don't have an opinion. One person who also said, yes, I use organic products, still also said they have no opinion. Then for those that feel organic products do not offer any health benefits, we'll see that 67 out of 129 of them agree that yes, organic products offer health benefits. And those that do not use are saying, yes, organic products do not offer any health benefits. So we have more people that are uncertain. Okay, I think we have more people that say yes. So like we did in our last class, we can easily just convert this. We can say show value as percentage of grand total. So from here, you can see how many percentage of them are green. So we can also convert this into a chart. So you can do the same for every other column you are trying to convert. Any question, please? Any question?
So is this the same as what we were doing before when we're creating pivot tables?
Yes, exactly. Like the pivot table we created the last time. So it's just you dragging it around. I think we have someone who did a yes or no, who has converted yes or no to zeros and one. I would have taught you correlation.
So it's there. When I sent you your mail.
Okay. Let me see if I can easily convert these real quick. So I'm going to say insert, and then I'm going to say this equal to if our little brother here is equal to the yes. No, that's wrong. It's equal to yes. Close the parentheses. We pass this, tell me yes. If it is not, tell me zero. And then we close this parentheses. So we can relate this downward. Good. So I'm encoding this because correlation only works with numbers. You need to convert it into numbers. I think we only have yes or no. Dark skin and light skin. Let's see if we can convert this. So we want to see, have you heard of organic products? You should not really correlate with whether they use it or not. Yes, it should correlate. Maybe let's see if light people. Okay, so we're going to convert their skin type into yes or no. So this equals to if this is if this on code is equal to dark in the quotation dark, close quotation, pass a comma, then tell me 1, else tell me 0, close parenthesis, enter, and then we relate it downwards. So we're going to call this skin tone. And then we are going to call it or organic products. So we want to see if skin tone correlates with, with people having awareness of what organic products are. So correlation is when you measure correlation analysis is a type of analysis that is used to detect if a change in one variable is going to automatically result in a change in second variable. An example is we want to check if the distance being traveled by a car is going to have an effect on the amount of fuel that it's going to consume. Are we following, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are two variables. So correlation analysis is the type of analysis you use to conduct. Does the distance matters on the amount of fuel we are going to consume? So now correlation results are divided into two. We have what we call positive correlation and negative correlation. Now, the positive correlation is the type of correlation whereby both variables are moving towards the same direction. So think of it this way. A positive correlation occurs when we say, okay, the longer distance you cover, the more fuel you need to use. So meaning if the distance go higher, the fuel automatically goes higher.
For sure.
Are we getting this? That is a positive correlation. Then we now have what we call a negative correlation. Now, the negative correlation is a type of correlation result whereby both results are inversely proportional to each other, meaning when one goes up, the other one goes down. This is where you have those demand and supply things. I don't know if you have, I'm really not in the medical line. Maybe you are saying, the last time I was doing research for somebody, is it purification or P60 something? When you endorse it into maybe the white blood cell, it does something. I'm just trying to find something in the medical field I could use to explain to you. Negative correlation is just saying if one thing is going up, let's say if the body temperature of somebody is going up, another part of the body is going down. Are you understanding that? Negative correlation. So I mean, both of them go inversely against each other. So now we want to check if skin tone color affects the awareness. So we want to see if the more dark skin we have is, how it's going to be interpreted this way is if we have a positive correlation, it means dark skin people, the skin complexion affects how people are aware of organic products, because dark skin is represented by 1. Then we also have yes represented by 1. So meaning if we have a more positive correlation, we can tell that the skin tone has an effect on people's awareness on organic products. So I'm going to select these 2 columns. So when I come to data analysis here, when I click on data and I click on data analysis here, so it is going to bring a little dialogue here. I don't know if you can see it from your end. Can you see the data analysis dialog that pops up on my screen? Can you still hear me?
No, sir.
I don't know if
Anything.
you can see it. So I
can't
need
see it.
somebody to, and I don't think you have this data analysis. Maybe if we are meeting again, I'll tell you how to install all of this, but I don't know if how relevant this is. Maybe this is too broad for your analysis. I'm just going to bring it on and then we'll see the results. So when I say correlation analysis, my data has label, input range has been selected. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this. So I'm going to select this. So I'm going to tell you the result to come in a new worksheet. So just hold on. I'm going to cancel this and then I'll take care of this for now. And so I'm going to say hide and then I'm going to hide this as well. So I'm going to bring these 2 columns together and then under data we come to data analysis, correlation, click OK. My input range is this 2, my data has label. Inputs must be continuous reference. Of course, it is continuous reference. Group according to column in a new worksheet. Just hold on, I need to verify if there's an issue with this. We only have zeros and ones in the 2. So I'm going to this, Control Shift, no, that's not what I've actually to do. So just hold on, and then Control Shift down. So data analysis, correlation is, my data has label, group by columns, open a new worksheet. I click OK. Input range must be continuous reference. So I'm going to do this. Just hold on, Control Shift down. Then I pass this non-numeric data. Do we have anywhere that has non-numeric values here? Let me quickly check this.
Non-numeric.
Yes, I need to just. So we have zeros and 1 here. So why is it not a problem? This is just 0 and 1. Skin tone of organic product. Control down. This is the last option here. And then I come to data correlation analysis, click on OK. My input range is already picked. Group according to column. Label is in the first row. And then actually open a new, no, not a new workbook, a new worksheet. I click OK. It says correlation input range contains non-numeric numbers. Where is the non-numeric coming from? You just hold on, let me verify. Yes, I'm with you.
Maybe does the heading or be the labels, does it affect the heading?
I told it already. I already selected an option that says label, because there's no way, if I don't put label, we won't be able to read it. But let me try without the label. So Control Shift down. Data. Is why we are doing this. I would like you to come up with other questions, because I feel you should be able to use count if to count all of that, and then write your report out of those things. So if I tell you the label is not in the first row, and I click OK, it is still telling me exactly the same thing. I don't know. Okay. I figured what's wrong. So it is reading these as a formula. If you take a look at this, these are not actually zeros and one. It is a formula. So we need to convert this. I don't know if you understand what that means. So I'm going to, if you take a look at this, you can see this is not zero. The zero is coming from a result of this function. So I'm going to do this and then Control Shift down, Control C, and then I'm going to paste it as a value back. What's wrong with this? So I'm going to insert. I'll copy our output here, Control C, and then paste it as a value. So I'm going to delete this one, delete. New group, please. Thank you. For this one too, I'm going to insert, and then I'm going to copy this, copy, and then come paste it here as a value. So we can save this one off. And I hope this is where the problem is. So now if I come back to select this, Control Shift down, take it all, data analysis, correlation analysis. My input range has been selected already, which I'll do again. This, come to this range, Control Shift down, return it back here. Label is in the first row, and until you give me the name of it. It is still saying the same thing. I'll have to look into this later. Any questions so far, please? I would like to look into why this is not coming up, because everything is right. Group according to column. Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
sir. To be
Yes,
sure,
I'm too.
please, where do we get correlation from? Data analysis.
Yes. Do you have this data analysis in yours? In your
Yes.
Excel? You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you click on data analysis, you are going to find this little dialog. I don't know why you can't find the dialog. So you are going to see ANOVA two-factor, correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics, exponential, t-testing, histogram, different type of analysis you can perform. Random number generation. So you are going to see correlation there. An example is if I want to give you descriptive statistics of some certain columns here. Let me just pull these up. Let's see if we can get descriptive statistics now. These columns, and I think these columns are great here. So we go on data analysis. We can do descriptive analysis. The descriptive analysis is a type of analysis that describes your data using descriptive method or statistical method. So input range, I'm going to tell it from here down here. Control Shift down. I'll go back inside this. The confidence level should be at 95. Output range, when I click OK. Please choose at least one statistical option. Of course, I clicked one already. Okay, summary statistics. And I click descriptive statistics include non-numerical value. You don't need numerical value alone to do descriptive statistics. I think
someone's hand is up. Someone's hand is up. Not sure.
Someone said what?
Someone's hand is up.
Okay, let's hear you, please.
Yeah.
So my data analysis here is not working, but please use pivot table, pivot charts to bring all of this together. So maybe when it's again, we'll learn how to create visuals from them. So I need you to go through all of this and ask me questions. For the person raising his or her hand up, let's hear you, please. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for this part, I need somebody to tell me how would you go about solving these particular options here that ask the question, what type of ingredients are found in organic products? Tell me what is the technique? How would you approach this?
You split them to text to columns.
Okay.
then filter out the people that wrote their options, the different options that they wrote, the extras.
Okay.
Then
Are you sure you want to filter them out? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Some people wrote rosemary. Some people put it without a space, and some they wrote it in full. So I had to remove the space.
What you can do is use control, find and replace. So since there's rosemary, so just type anywhere you see rosemary joined together, separate it. So it's going to help you with that. So how would you know which particular fruit or which particular item, or ingredient rather, that's the right word, is mostly found in organic products? How would you find out?
You get a list of all the ingredients, then use COUNTIF to find the specific number of times a particular ingredient appeared.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. That's correct. So which means you know how to solve this. First off, find a list of all the ingredients that appears here. Then you use COUNTIF with a wildcard. So using wildcard means, an example is you want to write aloe vera, you put the aloe vera inside a star. So meaning if aloe vera appears here, you can see now, aloe vera is the only thing here. A normal COUNTIF is going to see this. But if you put normal COUNTIF, it's not going to see this because this is not equal to aloe vera. But when you put your aloe vera inside a star, it is still going to spot that there's an aloe vera here. It is going to count it as well. So you can just find the one with the highest value and then tell that, okay, this is the most recognized ingredient in organic products. So do we have any question, please?
Please. Do we still need to like filter and use text to column in addition to the COUNTIF?
If you are using the wildcards, you do not necessarily need to use the text to column. All you need to do is find the unique values that are here, which maybe for you to find it, like I said, everybody has different techniques. Maybe for you to even find the unique values that are here, you first separate them and then you pick them one by one. So I taught you a function called unique, but unique might not work here. It is going to show you caret. So wherever caret repeats itself again, is going to show. So what you can do is use text to separate them into maybe 5 columns. An example is like this one. Then use your filter here, this drop-down option. Just use it to pick the number of ingredients you have. And then use COUNTIF and wildcards to count them again so the values can show in the front. Any more questions?
Sir, does it mean you can use the wildcard directly on this?
We can use it, but here's the thing, for you to apply the wildcard, you need to know how many, an example, this is how the wildcard is going to work. So let's assume this is where I'm going to insert 2 sheets. Insert another one. And I'm not expecting they are too big, so I'm going to bring this small. Okay. So let's assume this is where I want to write my solutions inside these 2 sheets. Now, I need to provide a list of all the ingredients that are listed. At least I need to know so that I can just write aloe vera or whatever it is. An example, let's say I want to write apple. I want to provide how many times apple appears here, right? So the reason why I'm suggesting you split it first is for you to easily identify all the unique ingredients that are listed here. But if you know them already, you do not need to like split it. All you have to do is to just come and say, please, I would like you to count if you open a parenthesis, the range is going to be from here, Ctrl Shift downwards, Fn, F4, pass a comma, and then I'm going to tell it, okay, inside a quotation, I'll open a star, and then say apple. Close the star, and then close the quotation. So it means even if apple is inside of another text, just find it for me. So, and then we close our account, we hit enter. Can you see now it has spotted Apple has appeared in 3 places. Are we understanding this?
Yes, sir. But now, if we do text to column, if we separate them to have an idea, so are we going to, when it comes to range, are we going to select all the columns that are involved,
No.
not
We are
just
still
one
going to
column?
use it as a range. So this is what I would advise you to do. So I'm going to delete all of these ones. And then I don't even know how many columns I need to bring in, but I'll bring a bunch of them. So I'm just going to insert this. So I'm going to Control Y is going to repeat the last thing I did. So I'm just going to insert another one again. So insert. I don't know why this is getting big. So I'm going to, okay, when I adjust it, it won't recognize my Control Y again. So insert, so when I do Control Y. So that means insert as many as possible. So rather than splitting this particular one, this is what I can do. I'm just going to copy this, Control C, and paste it here, Control V. Yes, my example is beginning to act up now. Control C, Control V. You can never be smarter than me. Please just hold on. So this is what I'm going to do. If that doesn't go, I'm just going to say it is. Okay, just hit this. And then we have it. So if you are trying to copy next time and it doesn't go, this is what you can do. You can just come and say it is equal to whatever value you have here. Come there. So you just relate it. You can see you have a copy, but don't forget this is the formula. So I'm going to take this out. I believe you understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to do Control C, Control V, and I hit enter. So when I enter here, I hit enter as well. So everything is here. So rather than splitting this one, we are going to split this one. So text to column, it is delimited. Next, it is separated with a comma. So you can see everything is separated with a comma. I hit next, and I hit finish. Let's move on to load. Is there anyone who's not understanding this? My exam is taking forever to load. Good. So we can see this is the original one. This is the ones that have been splitted. So I can easily just bring this closer by doing this. Good. So my range is fixed. So I can just delete this and still fix the range. Now, so for every of the options here, you can see these are all of the options we have. So I can decide to bring another one here. I'm going to bring a new set here. So if I was going to approach this is what I would do to make things easier. So in this particular range, how many of them do we have? Okay, I've seen it. So I'm just going to come here and say it is equal to unique, meaning let me find unique, which is this. Let me find the number of unique values in this range, Control plus Shift plus underneath. Can you see it has provided the number of unique values that are here? It has brought them. So for me to also get the one from the second part here, I'm going to get the unique value from AD. So I'm going to say it is equal to unique again. This asks me question just to understand what I'm doing. This is me using my brain to make it faster. Good. So it has shown me all the unique value in the second column. So I'm going to say it's equal to unique again. And this is what I will say. I don't like it when people cram functions. Let's just copy all of these things together. In this given range, it is looking to spill. Why doesn't it have space? So instead of that, I'm going to do this. Doesn't it know the name? Column AE. So these are the unique values that are in column AE. So I can say it is equal to unique again. And then I'll give you the last option. We still have plenty of options there. So I'm going to give it this one, enter. So I believe those other parts are not necessary. We just have, I believe we will have them here. So this is where I've been using unique to provide. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then paste it back as a value. Hopefully it allows me this time around, but if it doesn't, I know what to do. So I'm going to insert here. I don't need all of this space. Good. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then paste it here as a value. So meaning rather than coming in this way, so we can now delete all of these things we brought in, and then I'm going to delete them. Let's wait for it to load. Good. So you can see this is all the unique values we have in that place. So if I should bring my drop-down button here, you can see I can just select those ones that are not relevant here. These are unique values, or you can do it this way. You can come on this column, take it elsewhere, Control C, and then I'll open a new sheet, bring it here, Control V, and then we are going to delete duplicates. So this is how you delete duplicates. If I'm going too fast, let me know, please. So I want to delete duplicate from column A. All I have to do is hit OK. And then it says 10,000 or something duplicate has been removed. So we now have unique values. Good. So it is reducing now. So from here, we have some empty spaces. We have some that are represented with T. So all I can do is I can come to home, bring my filter in, and then tell it I would like to filter. So we can come here and start removing all of these ones that are irrelevant. You can see almond oil, apple, avocado, chia, this, and the rest. So we can leave them in. So this is where I can now solve the problem. So it's going to be equal to count if, and then I'm going to give it the range, same range. So now the range is going to be that one we didn't separate. Do we still remember this column? Are we following, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Seems like, okay, Control plus Shift downwards, and I'm going to lock the range F4, and then I move back to my sheet 6. So I'm going to cover this. So this is where you can now start specifying all of these things one after the other, but I don't think it permits you to write. So let me try a technique here and see if it's going to work. Reference this, and then reference this. Close this. Doesn't work. So you can begin to type all of these things here. So you can type Z. So you can type A and C rods. It should be in a string. This. This. You can see how many characters here. So you can just copy it this way. Everything goes down. It will show you the same figure. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, good. So for aloe vera, I just have to copy how aloe vera is written here, Control C, and then I come in here. I just change this to vera. I hit enter. It's taking forever. I think I'm faster than it. So you can see it's already showing me how many aloe vera shown here. So avocado as well. I'll just copy this, Control C, come here, and I'm telling you this time around, I need this, and then it automatically enters. So you repeat that for every other thing. That helps you identify which product appears the most when you order it. Any question, please? Questions? Do we have questions, please? General questions, And I believe this is recorded, so you can always reference it. Can you still hear me?
So I have a
Can you still hear
question.
me? Go ahead, please.
For this counting which ingredients appears the most, why can't we, instead of typing the ingredients, why can't we use the cell like value?
Okay,
Like
like
maybe
referencing the cell like this, right? Like just
yes.
referencing it. Now it is because we cannot link these wildcards to it. Don't forget, when you reference it, it is just going to pick the content inside. For this
Yeah.
time around, it is going to be tough for you to find the content in that range. So we need to introduce the wildcard. That's why we are writing it inside. So these asterisks can come in.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Any more questions?
So apart from this, what other
So this,
thing are we doing?
so you have a lot to do because you are going to generate all of this for almost all question, and then you now put it all your findings together. You put it into writing. Then maybe if we meet again, I don't know, we can now look into visualization. Maybe you want to convert it into a dashboard. You know, you just tell the story about it to all your visuals and the rest. So that's how it works. So for every question you are curious about, this is how you find them. So you see that there's a lot of cleaning, there's a lot of columns, and there's a lot of questions to be answered.
All right,
Any
sir.
more questions, please?
Dashboard, will it be on Excel as well?
Yes, we can build a dashboard on Excel, and it's going to work perfect.
All right, sir.
Okay. Any more questions? So I'm taking that as a no. Sir, are you here, sir?
Yes, I am.
So
I
I
am.
think
All right.
everything we've done today can set a blueprint to find every other thing. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for leading us today. So definitely we are done with data cleaning. I don't think we should have any problem with data cleaning. In fact, even a pivot table, I don't think we should have any issues that. So we are left with just visualization, and I think that is all we're left with. So what